let's see, Tokyo to Boston to the Dominican Republic to Boston to Dallas. Have I got it just about right? Bobby Valentine's been logging some miles. How we doing?
Good, Tom. How are you? Yeah, I'm a little jet lagged, actually. Yeah.
The news over the weekend.
Stockholm to pick up the Nobel Peace Prize, too?
Kind of scooted around through Europe. I missed Europe. Huh?
The news over the weekend, the trip down to the Dominican Republic. You met with David Ortiz. How'd it go?
The Dominican was beautiful. You know, he had a great golf tournament there. David looked terrific. His wife and family seemed as happy as can be, and he just yelled at me a little and said, you know, tell those guys, make sure get it done, get it done. And but it was great. You know, Tim Wakefield was there, and Michael Bowden, and got to meet some of the guys, talk to them, and have some fun.
David seemed touched, impressed by the personal contact. How important do you think that is, to not just put in a call, to not send an email, but to be there and say hello?
Well, I think it's important. I think, you know, everyone wants to feel like, you know, they're special, and I tried to make them a little special, but it was all about timing. You know, in the golf tournament happened to be that day, and there were guys there, and I'm glad I had a chance to go down there and see them.
And David does seem as if he really wants to come back to Boston. Don't you get that impression?
Why wouldn't he want to? You know, I mean, he loves it there, and everyone loves him. And, you know, now, as he said it, he has to do what's best for his family, and we all know that story. So we'll see how it moves forward.
Sort of take us through these early hours of the winter meetings for you. You get here, obviously Ben and his front office team got here yesterday. Take us through these early hours of what's happening as far as putting a plan together here. You've been here 5 days now, so you're a veteran of what's going on in Boston, but you've still got coaching staff decisions to make. There's a lot of decisions to make here in the coming days and weeks. Yeah,
there are a lot of moving parts, and I can't really tell you everything that's going on because it's moving fast for me. But the suite is active. I could tell you that the boards are all filled. Everybody is you know, competing. They're in the competition right now, and I love seeing the energy of that room and understanding that, you know, whatever's best for this organization is going to come out of room 434.
Now, how much work have you been able to do on finding a pitching coach?
Well, I have a long list. I've talked to some guys on the phone, and I know Ben and Allard have a couple guys in mind. I just talked to Mike upstairs about a couple candidates. So I think the pitching coach is going to come quicker rather than later.
When you talk about some of the decisions to make, and you mentioned the meeting and conversation with Tim Wakefield, who has made it clear he wants to retire as a member of the Red Sox. Ben Cherington, when he became GM, talked about making sure there's a right role for a guy like Tim Wakefield, a guy like Jason Varitek. How tough can that be with a veteran player? Because roles change over time, and maybe the role they once filled isn't there for a player at the end of his career sometimes.
As a manager, I can tell you the toughest thing to manage is a star who's at the end of his career. And, you know, I met with Stacy and Tim in the Dominican, and they were what they were billed to be, you know, great people, love the Red Sox, you know, do want to continue playing for us. And how can you not respect everything that he's done and everything that he wants? It just comes down to that baseball decision that Ben and the front office are going to collectively make, with me included, to figure out what fit it is for, you know, a great pitcher like Tim Wakefield. Yeah.
Have you and Ben and Mike and Allard talked out some of the pieces that you need to fill out this roster?
Yes. You know, I think the pieces for sure have all been discussed, and we're all on the same page as what that piece might look like, but there's no name associated with the piece. And as they're going around from team to team and meeting with guys and trying to get the information back, that, you know, you try to get that piece that fits and have a name attached to it.
Now, you're sitting in on these meetings too, are you, Don?
Well, some of them, I don't think I'll go. I won't be going to the team meetings. I don't think that's necessary at all. You know, the information gathering is done by the entire group. You know, Ben's delegated it out. From what I've seen, you know, I've only been here a few hours now, Pete. So I'm trying to figure out the host system. But you know, Ben and I met as soon as I got here, and I've been in the room with the collection of guys. I mean, must have. I'll bet there's 15 of us that are all present there, and I've met with our advanced scouts already. The preliminary did a couple hours worth of talking there, about an hour and a half, I guess, that I was in the room with them. You know, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of situations. There's coaches and training room situations and, you know, player situations, and me trying to get to know everyone, putting a spring training together with all the pieces in place. It's going to be challenging, but it's fun.
You might be the one guy who thinks February is right around the corner. I'm guessing it's coming pretty quick for you.
It's speeding up. You know, once it's 70 plus, you know, 77 days, I guess now, before spring training. But we'll be down there earlier, and we'll plan an organization meeting there where Ben has planned to bring in everyone in the organization, all the minor league instructors and conditioning people, etc. So that's going to be exciting. The new facility is exciting. You know, the 100th anniversary is exciting. I mean, this is all, it's all happening, and you know, the adrenaline's keeping me going. Now it's also keeping me up at night. One of these nights I'm going to get a full night's sleep.
It might have something to do with the fact you haven't been in the same time zone 2 straight nights in about a week. Bobby Valentine with us here. We're going to keep him here. Come back.